Good morning, guys. It is Friday morning. It is about 6:30 in the morning. I am up and around because I need to get my son off to his dad's. It's Father's Day weekend this weekend, and then he's going to stay there for a week. He's going over there for Father's Day. Might as well just stay for the week. And after that, I need to go grocery shopping. So I am up and around and raring to go. I am going to have a monster because it's convenient. My dog, if anybody walks past, like, there's a back alley behind my house. People aren't, like, it's like, shouldn't even drive through there. It's very, very narrow, but some people do. But every time she sees somebody go through there, she has to go bark at them. Just has to. I don't know. But anyway. So yeah, that's on the agenda for today. Supposed to cook out this weekend. Supposed to cook out Sunday. Hopefully that goes according to plan. It's supposed to be nice, but we'll see. It's literally been dreary and rainy and awful pretty much all week. So we'll see how that goes. Alright, so I just dropped off Ty and I went to Kroger. So I'm going to show you guys the things I got there. This isn't my, like, everything I need for the week, but just some extra things. I was out of pasta, so I picked up some pasta. So I don't like Bonza, but they came out with this new wheat protein pasta. So I got one of each, the rotini and the penne. I've had Brahmi before, and I thought it was pretty good. So I got the curly Q's and the, I don't know how you pronounce that, radiatori. They're cute, like little weird, look like spines. And then the Goodles, I got the penne, the loop-de-loos, and the coiled again. So basically the coiled again are the same as the loop-de-loos, but the loop-de-loos are like skinnier, and they're not, I don't know, they're just smaller. And then I got these croutons because these ones are accidentally vegan and they're very cheap. They're only $2 basically a bag. I got some Johnny Pops for Aya because she loves popsicles, and I saw these and I just had to get them. And then they had these mini pops with no sugar added. I said yes. They always have like marked down produce that's about to go bad. They had these avocados that are super ripe, which I need to use some this weekend, so I figured I might as well. I've got a better shot of a couple of these being good at least. They had, this is the only Daya that they have there, but I got 2 of them because Meyer doesn't carry Daya anymore. I got a pack of Impossible Dogs for Aya because we're probably going to grill out this weekend. I got these peppers. I'm going to cook these on the grill, but they're going to go in my nachos for the week. I haven't decided if I'm having nachos or potachos, but that's going to be my dinner for the week. And then they had the Reese's peanut butter topping, and I've been looking for this everywhere. Can't find it anymore, and it's accidentally vegan. And it's so good on top of some vanilla vegan ice cream. So that's what I got for Kroger. It's not all my shopping, but some. Alright, guys, it is time to show you my groceries today. So first of all, we'll start with the produce. I had to get a bunch of bananas. I prefer to get organic because my kids eat bananas all the time. I got these, hi Ozzy. I got these strawberries. I really like them. I'm planning on making a vegan angel food cake this weekend, and I'm going to make like my strawberries and my homemade whipped cream. So that's what that's for. Pineapple, because pineapple. I have one singular serrano pepper because I'm going to make nachos this week for my dinner. That's what this head of iceberg lettuce is for. I have 9 ears of corn because I intend to grill out this weekend. Hence why I have 2 packs of the Pretzella burger buns and a pack of the Live Carb Smart Aunt Millie's hot dog buns. Moving on. For my nachos, I got the Late July jalapeno lime tortilla chips. I'm not sure yet if I'm going to do regular nachos or potachos. I still haven't decided, but I bought these just in case. The Baby Bells, I had a coupon for, so I got one of those. I had a coupon for this edamame, so I got that because I always use edamame. Silken tofu, because I plan on making a healthy avocado tofu mayo. And then I'm going to take part of that avocado tofu mayo and make a sauce with the serrano and cilantro for the top of my nachos. I got protein pretzels because I'm going to make some protein pretzel chocolate bark for a sweet treat. So I have burgers in my freezer, but not very good macro-wise, and I'm looking to try to get more protein in. And these, they're smaller, which is fine for me because I don't like a super thick burger, and I'm not going to make a stack of them. But they're 160 calories and 12 grams protein, which isn't bad. So even though this is more of a splurge, I got that. I also got 2 packs of the Morningstar chicken strips for my salad for lunch. They had the kombucha on sale that I love, so I got 2 of those. I had a coupon for the Morton and Bassett seasonings, and I got some oregano because I ran out of that this weekend. I had a coupon for a can of black beans, so I got that. I'm going to use this and then one of the cans that I have in my pantry for my nachos. I got a can of chickpeas because I am going to make like a chickpea salad situation with the leftover avocado tofu mayo that I make. I got 2 bags of like a sugar replacement because I was out of sugar. And then I got a variety of different drinks. I'll show you the single cans and then I'll show you the other ones I got. So they had this new one from Poppy, which is a Spider-Man one. It's from the new Spider-Man movie coming out. It's wild berry. I actually got 3 of these Nixies because they were on sale, like 3 for something. So they didn't have my favorite cola, but I got 3 of the cream soda because my daughter really likes those. And then I got these because these are just like fun and summery. And the Culture Pop was on sale. So I got the orange mango lime, the wild berry lime, and the watermelon lime to try. So over here, I have a case of my favorite caffeine-free cola Zevia. They were on sale. There's only $10 instead of like the normal $13. A case of the Pepsi prebiotic soda also was on sale. These 2 weren't on sale, but they just sounded good. So it's the strawberry vanilla mini Olippops, and my daughter always gets into my drink, so I thought these might be fun for her. And then my favorite Olipop, the crisp apple, I got a case of that. But that's not all. They also had on sale meat today, so I've got a bunch. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So there's 10 bricks of the Meyer brand of ground. $1.75 a brick, guys. Now that is a steal. The macros on these aren't the best, but they work really good for my family. Like 21 grams of protein, 260 calories, not awful. And they're really good for all of the things. Tacos, nachos, putting it in a bolognese or lasagna, or making my vegan hamburger helper. It works for all of them. And then my favorite, which is the Beyond Beef, which isn't that great either macro wise, but only $2.25, and I got 3 of those. But yeah, it's still better than the other one macro wise. 230 calories for 21 grams of protein. I just like the flavor of Beyond. I know that not everybody likes Beyond. They prefer the Impossible. I actually prefer Beyond. So yeah, that was quite an eventful morning so far. It is 12:30 and I haven't had breakfast yet. So I'm going to get these groceries put away. I'm going to eat breakfast. I did take my vitamins earlier, so that's good. I am like, my eye is twitching from so much caffeine because I drank a Monster this morning for the trip because I knew that trip was going to kill me. Those long drives, like the 2-hour drives, they just make me so tired. And then I started another Monster, so I'm very caffeinated right now. But I'm going to put this stuff away, get my breakfast in me so I don't murder somebody. And yeah, we'll see what I get up to. All right, guys, almost 1 o'clock. Time for breakfast. Having my blueberry lemon overnight oats topped with my homemade granola and a guava goddess kombucha. All right, guys, it is a late lunch today, but to be fair, I had a late breakfast, so it is almost 6 o'clock and I'm finally having my lunch. So it's basically the same thing I've had all week, or all last week, which is romaine lettuce, my homemade TVP bacon bits, some of the sourdough naked croutons, but instead, and I've been using the sugar-free Italian dressing, but instead of my Morningstar chicken strips, there was a few of the Better Goods plant-based chicken nuggets in the freezer that needed to be used up, and my kids just don't like them, so I cut up a serving of them and put that in the salad. Hey guys, it is getting later and later. It is 9 o'clock right now. I haven't eaten dinner yet. I will soon. I'm tired. I can't open my eyes. So I will eat dinner here shortly. I took a nice relaxing bath with a lavender bath bomb, and I used my lavender vanilla like essential oil thing. It was great. So relaxing. Like, it's so much quieter when my son's not here. I know that's awful, but not that I like it that way all the time, but I haven't had a quiet moment for a while. So it was nice and relaxing and peaceful. I prepped up the strawberries. There's not a whole lot of prep I can do today. But I got out everything to thaw for grilling and yada yada yada. So yeah, there'll be that at least. Hey guys, it is almost 10 o'clock. It's finally dinner time. I'm having my green high protein vegan chicken Alfredo that I had last week for dinner. We've got some fresh basil on top. I put some salt and pepper and some nooch and some vegan parmesan. I really put the works on it tonight. And then for my fancy drink, I'm having the Spider-Man wild berry Olipop. Oh no, Poppy, not Olipop. Sorry, my bad. Good morning, guys. It is Saturday morning. Today is pretty chill. We might cook out today. We might cook out tomorrow. I'm not sure yet, just because, I mean, I'm not going to eat any of it if we do it today. Because I've got food prepped for today. Tomorrow I don't. So, I'm going to start some of my prep today. I'm going to make like the topping filling for my nachos except for the lettuce. And I think that's it for the prep that I can do, because I don't want to make the protein parfaits till tomorrow, and I don't want to chop up the lettuce till tomorrow. I guess I could cook the chicken for my salad, and I could make the TBP, so I'll do that. Salad, TBP, and chicken, and the nacho filling. But the big thing is I'm recording my angel food cake recipe today, which is a recipe I worked very hard on, trying to get it right. It's my mom's favorite cake, so I tried to veganize it when I first went vegan, and it's very difficult to do without the egg whites. But luckily, this little guy really helped make it work. So I'm gonna show you guys that today. Alright guys, I just got my angel food cake in the oven. I'm so excited. As soon as that is done, I'm going to start prepping up the nachos. But I think I'm going to start on the bacon bits next, because they also need to go in the oven. I just got to show you guys a little behind the scenes real quick. Hold on. Just look at that. What? I really shouldn't open the oven when I'm making angel food cake, but I'm just so excited. Alright, so I'm getting ready to put my homemade bacon bits in the oven right now. I probably could have done... Why is this part so much? I don't know what I did there, but it's my TVP bacon bits recipe. The only thing I did different is I used only half of the oil, but I doubled the recipe, but I used half of the oil. But the macros are amazing on this, even if you use the full amount of oil. But yeah, I'm going to bake these and get them going, and then I'm going to work on the chicken for my salads this week. Alright, so the chicken is all done. Basically, I'm just heating it through, maybe getting a little color on it. And then I just got to, I can either put this in one big container and then portion it out when I go to eat it, or I'll portion it out now so it's easier. Honestly, I think I might just keep it all together this time. Whoa, steamy. TVP is still baking. Angel food cake is still cooling. I'm so excited to try this, you guys. You don't even know. It did sink a little, but I don't know if you can see it very well from that angle. It did sink a little. It did get a little too dark in the middle. I also made these two little tiny ones with springform pans because I had a little bit left over. Alright, and the bacon bits are done. So I have 3 containers of leftover plain spaghetti and garlic knots. This is like my daughter's thing, and she hasn't eaten these. So I needed to repurpose them into something that could be a meal prep. So I've got I used a jar of the, is it Not Your Mama's? Not Your Mama's marinara, and like 3/4 a cup of TVP. And I added some seasonings. And I'm gonna probably add a little bit of nooch too, but then this is just gonna go on top of that spaghetti. And then boom, there's some meal prep that makes it more nutritionally balanced. All right, now I'm getting ready to prep up my nacho ingredients. I've got a whole onion here that I sliced up, and then I'm gonna add in the yellow, green, and red peppers after I get a little bit of color on these. And I added like a 1/2 tablespoon of oil. I'm gonna add a tablespoon altogether. I'm just doing a 1/2 tablespoon for the veggies, and then I'm gonna add a 1/2 tablespoon for the Beyond Fava bean ground. Yeah, so the 2 cups of TVP that I used for this ended up making about 3 cups of bacon bits. All right, I just added in the ground. Now I have 2 different kinds of seasonings I'm gonna use. So for this portion, I'm gonna use the Spanglish Asadero, and I'm going to chop this all up, cook these all together, and then I'm cooking my quinoa in my rice cooker right now. So after this is all cooked, I'll take this out. I'm going to add the quinoa, black beans, and the corn and finish cooking it in here. And that is what it's looking like. It's looking pretty freaking good. I'm going to let it cook for a couple minutes more, and then I'm going to turn off the heat. This is my first time using this ground, and honestly, it resembles like a ground turkey to me, which I think is pretty cool. I actually never liked ground beef when I was growing up. I prefer ground turkey, so hopefully it's a similar vibe. Alright guys, so the angel food cake did not go exactly like I wanted it to. It was almost perfect. Texture and flavor was great. The bottom was slightly underdone, and the top got too brown to keep up with that. So I'm like, oh, it was so close. And I'm like, I'm gonna have to go buy an angel food cake pan, because I don't have one anymore because I wasn't making them anymore. So I'm gonna have to go buy a specific pan for it, I think, and maybe cook it on closer towards the bottom instead of on the where I was. It wasn't like the top, it was kind of the middle rack, but it was very, very close. And now I'm just deciding if I want to do it again, or I just say I'm good for today. And I think I might just say I'm good for today, to be honest. I'm pretty over it. Alright, so my quinoa just got done cooking, so now I'm gonna cook up the quinoa, the black beans, the corn, and the other seasoning, taco seasoning. Alright, so we got our beans and corn here, 2 cans of black beans, and a cup of fire roasted corn. We added the seasonings and mix that all around, and then we're gonna add our quinoa in. Alright, we're gonna mix that all together. It doesn't need to cook really, but we're just gonna cook it for a few minutes, just so everything melts together here. We're gonna add back in our peppers, onions, and ground. And there it is, guys. So this is a huge amount of food. This is like a week's worth of dinner for me. So there's like 7 portions here. I'm gonna let this cool down, and then I will separate it into portions. So it is almost 2 o'clock, and I haven't eaten yet. So I do have food prepped up for today, but I think because I haven't eaten and it's so late, I'm going to just eat cookout food today, and then I will eat my prep tomorrow because I completely spaced and was so busy this morning I forgot to eat. So I'm going to put off eating for a little while longer. I'm going to warm up my daughter's dumplings that I made her yesterday. She had dumplings and rice, one of her favorites. And then I'm just going to keep doing things. Right now I'm calculating like my macros for the week based on what I'm making. So it always surprises me. Like my salad, I was like saying, oh, it's probably like 500 calories, and it was like less than 400 calories. And I'm like, oh, okay. But really high in protein. And I'm like, that's good though, that's dope. So I want to make her food, and then keep working, and then it'll be time to cook out. All right, so we're about to start grilling, so I'm going to show you guys what I am grilling today. So I have 4 Impossible brats. They're not my favorite. I prefer the Beyond, but I got them for super cheap. I've got a pack of the Bee Leaf hot dogs that I've never tried these before, so we're going to give those a shot. And I've got a pack of the Impossible hot dogs. Sorry, I cut them upside down. I've got a block of tofu here. This is the Hodo tofu because my daughter's favorite is barbecue tofu. And we're just going to put some of this barbecue sauce on. It's her favorite. Since the angel food cake was a bust, I've already made the strawberries. I'm not going to make homemade whipped cream. I'm going to use my spray whipped cream and some bananas and just make my normal strawberry banana fruit salad. I also got 4 of these Meyer brand vegan burger patties. We're going to cook those up, 4 packs of them. And I think we're going to use the chow cheese today. All right, I just portioned out my nacho filling, topping, whatever you want to call it, into 7 perfect portions. These are beautiful, guys. Like, this is like amazing. I just love it. It's so aesthetically pleasing to me. But yeah, 7 perfect portions. They're 2-cup portions. Perfect. And then obviously it's going to go on top of some chips, or I might just use the chips to dip into it. It's also going to have 2 different, maybe 3. I might just put hot sauce, my avocado, tofu, cilantro spicy sauce, and my homemade chipotle sauce, and hot sauce, and lettuce. So it's gonna be delicious. So I had some leftover pineapple too, and 2 like sad bananas. So I put in the bananas and the pineapple with the strawberry, and it looks so vibrant. We're having a strawberry banana pineapple fruit salad. All right, so we got our corn done, the barbecue tofu that my daughter already started eating, the hot dogs and the brats, and then all of these burgers with chow cheese. All right, guys, so this is my plate. So over here, I have some of the Kraft, I have barbecue sauce stuck in my finger, the Kraft Not Co vegan mac and cheese, some corn on the cob with a little bit of the Country Crock olive oil plant-based butter, one of the Impossible brats, some sweet potato fries from Alexia that I seasoned, obviously, one of the Bee Leaf hot dogs, and then this is a Beyond stack burger, just one single burger with some barbecue sauce. It's the Kinder's hickory brown sugar, I think. 3 of the Alexia onion rings and some chow cheese. This is the Aunt Millie's buns that I'm using, the like Light Life ones. Not Light Life. Live Light? I don't know. And then I've got a Pretzilla brat bun for the brat. And after this, I'm going to be stuffed, but later on when I feel like I can manage it, I'm going to have some fruit salad. But this is probably going to be the only meal I have today. Also, I've been indulging in some kombucha today, because it's the kind of day when you're grilling out that you want some, like an alcoholic beverage, but if you're not drinking, kombucha is great. Alright guys, it is time for fruit. It's been many hours since my meal, and I've got some strawberry, pineapple, banana fruit salad with some of the almond cocoa whip. I think it's just almond milk whipped cream. Alright, well that is it for tonight. I am going to go take my fruit salad upstairs and watch TV while I enjoy it, and then remember to take my makeup off tonight. So we're gonna improvise. I've got the berry medley, and then I still have some wild blueberries from last week. So I'm gonna do a combination here to make sure I get enough fruit for my breakfast, so it's not just yogurt and protein powder, you know what I mean? Alright guys, so I'm just making my protein parfait right now. I'm using the strawberry ice cream protein powder flavor. I normally just do vanilla, but I need to use this one up first. Alright, now I just gotta portion this out. Alright, and I got 7 portions here. So I used these containers because they have the top that can hold the granola. Same with these. These are slightly less than those, but overall it'll be fine. It's the same either way that I'm going to be getting for the week. It's just these are slightly less. These are like more of like a half a cup, and these are more like 3/4 a cup, but it's fine. All right, I got all my containers ready to be put in with my granola. This is my homemade granola. The one on the channel is like a peanut butter, like a healthier peanut butter date one. But this one is actually sweetened with a 0 sugar honey. And there is no, I'm trying to think. I don't think I added any excess fat in here. I can't remember, but it's got the stuff in it, the important stuff. It's got puffed quinoa, puffed amaranth. It's got a mixture of spelt flakes and oat flakes, pumpkin seeds, flaxseed, chia seed, and did I say millet? It has millet too. And it's got the tiniest little bit of coconut shreds just because I had some of those I needed to use up, so I just chucked them in. So I put 2 tablespoons in each one of these in this little top portion. It's still going to have the chia seed jam on top, but it is not done cooling yet, so I'm just kind of like setting this up. Cool thing is these just pop right out. This one's do too, even though they're a little bit more difficult to grab. I actually had these, I found these at the store a while back, and then these ones I ordered online because I was in love with them. And I got these small ones, okay? This top though actually is part of the bigger ones that is the salad. But I got these small ones that have like segmented compartments, and then they come with this top piece here that has like a foldable spoon inside of it, which is super convenient if you have to take it on the go. And then my salad ones have a 2-part compartment system. It's got this smaller piece, and then it's got like a lip on there where it clips in to a larger piece. So like it's basically to keep your crunchy bits and your dressing separate from the salad. So that's pretty cool. But yeah, I use them for parfaits mostly, or like overnight oats or chia seed, anything. So I'm almost out of granola, which was the plan. I'm trying to get through this granola because I'm going to make a new granola. I'm going to make like a protein granola. This granola is good. It's pretty good for a granola, but I got some new ingredients that I'm going to try to make a high protein granola with. This is just, a granola with more protein than normal, but not high protein granola. Alright guys, like I said, super weird and random breakfast. Chocolate covered cherry peanut butter raisin overnight protein oats. I mean, hey, it's going to be delicious probably. Either way, I'm going to eat it, so. Alright guys, it is lunchtime and I am having the last of the salad that I had prepped for last week. I have 4 to 6 cups, I'm just going to say 5 cups of romaine here, and a 1/4 cup of croutons, a 1/4 cup of my TVP bacon bits, and a serving, it's like 4 of those Better Goods chicken nuggets that I got from Walmart that they're plant-based obviously, that my kids didn't like, and this is the last one, so they're finally gone. And then I'm using the last of my sugar-free Italian dressing, and that is lunch. Alright, so for dinner we're having our last prepped pasta from last week. This is my green high-protein vegan chicken Alfredo, and we're having a prebiotic Pepsi for our drink. Alright guys, it is Monday and we're having matcha with some stevia and some almond milk. That is the caffeine for this morning. Alright guys, so I have caffeinated with my matcha. It is now 10:40-ish. I have been editing. My least favorite thing to do. I hate editing, guys. And the weekly vlogs are so annoying to edit. I'm not gonna lie, because I'm just like, which one is this? Which part is this? It's tedious, boring, and I hate it. So I'm gonna take a break and eat breakfast. We're having my protein parfaits that I prepped for the week with my chia seed jam on top and my homemade granola. So that's exciting. And I'm gonna get some water because I feel very dehydrated today. I don't know why. I just feel dehydrated. So we're gonna drink a bunch of water and have our breakfast. Oh, it's so cute. It's so cute. Just look at that. Oh my goodness. So yeah, you just mix all of that chia seed jam in, dump in your granola. And voila, breakfast. Alright guys, so I just got done taking a shower, cleaning myself up, brushed my teeth, washed my face, did my skincare. I got these little things on, which I don't think these do that like anything, but I prefer a full sheet mask. But I figured, why not? I have them. I might as well use them. Alright guys, I just got done editing a weekly vlog. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. And I'm feeling a little snacky. It's almost 1 o'clock, so I'm grabbing the UB cookies and cream bar. The macros on these are amazing. My dog is just losing her ever-loving mind outside right now. But it's 100 calories for the bar and 10 grams of protein. That's exactly what I want. So I'm going to snack on this and then let my dog in because she's barking at somebody or something. So yay. Alright guys, it is time for lunch and I'm having a salad with a bunch of romaine, sugar-free French dressing, some of my sourdough croutons, my homemade TVP bacon bits, and some of the Morningstar chicken pieces. Alright, so I'm just making some of my sugar-free or no sugar added jam because we're almost out of jam. I got a little bit of agar left. This is like a lot. Let me see how much fruit this is. This is 3 pounds of fruit. And I didn't do exact measurements. I just kind of did whatever I felt was right. And I'm going to let this cook down and then blend it up. And then I'm going to add my agar and have some jam. Alright, and the jam is done. I pureed it with my immersion blender and added my agar and I'm going to put it in jars. And now we got 2 jars of jam. There are 2 cups each, so that's 4 cups of jam out of 3 pounds of fruit. And it is going to be delicious. I'm going to let this sit and cool for just a few minutes because I do want to put it in the fridge right away. But I need it to be cold enough to where I can handle it. This is way too hot. Alright guys, it is 5:30. I'm not going to have dinner quite yet. So I'm going to have another protein bar. These are like my favorite go-to for like a snack. Like they taste really good. They taste like a sweet treat, like a candy bar. And the macros, like I said, they're just so good. So I'm going to have one of these. I always have these on hand. I get like a variety box of them delivered every month. So this is what I'm going to have. Alright guys, I'm getting ready to assemble my nachos. I've been so excited about this dinner this week. So this is the late July jalapeno lime chips. My nacho mix that I made this weekend. It's got just a little bit of Daya cheese on top just for more like nostalgic purposes. It doesn't really add anything. It's like half a serving. And I'm going to top this with some different sauces and some shredded lettuce. So we're going to start with my tofu avocado, kind of like a crema, honestly, is like what this is now. I just reconstituted it with a little bit of water to make it more drizzly or dollopy or whatever because it was a little bit too thick. This is 2 tablespoons of it. That's a lot. I'm using 2 tablespoons of each of the sauces. And the thing I really like about meal prepping this way is I can customize it however I'm feeling that day. So today I'm going with all of the fixings, but like tomorrow maybe I won't want chipotle sauce, or I won't want the crema, or I won't want cheese. Maybe I'll just want cheese. And it's really nice to have all of those options. And I always take into account like how much macro-wise everything is. This is gonna be so flavorful, you guys. I'm so excited. All right, and there is the finished product. I wasn't sure how much lettuce I wanted to put on. Honestly, I could put on more, but I wanted it to look pretty. But yeah, we've got my nacho mixture, the late July jalapeno lime chips. I've got my spicy avocado tofu, cilantro, lime, mayo sauce, crema. I've got my homemade chipotle sauce, and then topped with lettuce and some Diablo sauce. I'm so excited to eat this. Alright guys, so that does it for the eats today, and I thought I would share my calories and stuff with you today. Basically, this is what it's going to be like all week for the most part, except for tomorrow. Tomorrow I'm going out. I'm going to have a little wine, have a charcuterie. I probably won't eat most of the day because I plan on going out into the afternoon, evening. I might have like a protein bar or something light if I get snacky, but that is the plan for tomorrow. My calories for today was 1,640 calories, 128 grams of protein, and 53 grams of fiber. And those are the things I track because those are the things that matter to me. I try to make sure I keep my calories. I aim for 1,600. I try to keep it between 1,600 and 1,800 calories a day with high protein and a good amount of fiber, because the fiber keeps me full, keeps me regular, makes me feel my best. And then the protein, got to get my gains. I do work out. I do care about that. I care about my health. I think it's a good balance to try to like, I meal prep, I do things to take care of myself. I also go out and enjoy myself. I don't limit myself on those things, because I think it's a healthy mindset, like emotionally, physically, mentally. You need to be all on the same level. And if I don't do those things every once in a while, I restrict myself too much, and then I go and I drink 3 bottles of wine instead of having a glass or 2. You know what I mean? So that's what I am doing tomorrow. But that does it for all of my eats today. I'll see you tomorrow. Alright guys, I am starting to get a little hungry, so I'm going to have one of these UB bars, and then I think I'm going to take a nap, honestly. I'm pretty exhausted. Alright guys, so no nap happened because I just could not sleep, but I did lay down for a little bit. Couldn't sleep though, brain won't stop braining, so I got up, did some more dishes. I am going to make some peanut butter here shortly, but I'm going to go finish doing stuff on the computer, the normal things I have to do, and then I'll do that. Alright guys, I am feeding my starter. I just discarded half of it, so there's like 2 tablespoons left in here, so I'm going to feed it. I just, some people name their starters, and I don't know if I ever told you guys mine. Since I'm a bit of a nerd and a gamer, my starter's name is Tarnished, from like Elden Ring. So whenever I feed it, I go, "Rise, ye tarnished." Yeah, so I know, super dorky, but that's what I named it. That's what came to mind. So I'm gonna feed her and put her back in the fridge. Alright guys, so I just got done cutting the pineapple and doing some dishes, and I just shot a leftover makeover for my avocado tofu mayo. I made a chickpea salad with that because I'm going to bring that when I go out tonight. It's just a fun thing to like have as an accoutrement to a meal. You can put it on crackers, whatever, just dip it. Or if you're looking for a meal out of it, you can put it on some bread or in a wrap. It works great for all of those things. But yeah, I did that. It's crazy how even with very little sleep, I'm still productive. Like, I'm not the kind of person that can just sit around. And it's bad because, like, even if I wanted to sit around, I feel so guilty for doing it. If you guys can relate, let me know, because it is hard. Alright guys, so I'm just making my homemade peanut butter right now. I prefer to make a lot of my staples myself, but sometimes convenience wins. Like, I buy a lot of croutons instead of just making my own. Or I like my homemade jam. I did make some homemade jam this week, but my daughter doesn't like my homemade jam because it's got like seeds. Even though I do blend it up, it's still got like some seeds in it, and she just does not like that. But I love making my homemade peanut butter. It is so quick, so easy. The only thing I hate about it is having to clean the food processor when it's done, but it's so much better and I can control what's in it. So basically, I fill this baby up with some roasted peanuts, unsalted roasted peanuts, and I add like a half a teaspoon to a teaspoon of salt depending on how much is actually in there. And then I do like a tablespoon of sweetener, and that's it. And it's super easy. If you guys are curious on like maybe want to like a real recipe, like measurements and everything for how to make your own homemade peanut butter, I do have that on the channel. So if you need to know how, I highly recommend it. Like I say, like my homemade peanut butter, and I use it in like baking and everything too, and it's just 10,000 times better than store-bought. So I went out to check on the garden, and this red cabbage that has been munched on was completely ripped out of the ground. So I tucked it back in here and we'll see if it fixes itself. I got a couple more growing over here. Something loves digging over here. My onion is crazy. The garlic is growing nicely. I got some cauliflower over there. Just pulled some weeds. So over here we have one broccoli that's growing, so that's good. And then these three little guys, there's actually flowers that my daughter was growing, so I planted them in there just cuz. Now this one is the exciting one. So we got beets. They are growing. So many beets. And look at my carrots. Oh my gosh, it's crazy. It's taken over. But that's great. That means lots of carrot and beet juice for me. Yeah, I like to go out every few days and weed the garden. Check and see if it needs watered. It's really loud in here. It doesn't need watered right now because it's been raining a lot the last week. So it's pretty good there. But I'm very impressed by how well those carrots and the beets are growing. And apparently just plopping them in the ground. Like just put the seeds in the ground for the beets and the carrots. No need to sprout them. The cauliflower, the red cabbage, and the broccoli. So I think what I would do next time is I would sprout them like I did, but I would grow them bigger before I transplant them, I think. Now, that's not to say that you couldn't do that, because so far there are some that have grown just fine with just planting the seeds, because after I planted the ones that I sprouted, they were not doing too well. So then I planted some seeds and they're growing. So that's good. It's just kind of like a learning curve. So beets and carrots do great though. So that means I'll have lots of beet juice and carrot juice, which I'm so excited for, because there's nothing that makes me feel better than having some beet juice. I tell you what, guys, like if you haven't tried it, I recommend it, because when I was drinking beet juice, I had so much energy. It was like I didn't need as much caffeine, because it just gave me a lot of energy naturally. And voila, guys, we have homemade peanut butter. It's nice and warm right now because it's been in the food processor and, you know, processing. So it just keeps getting warmer and warmer. And honestly, it won't take as long if you use freshly roasted peanuts, because they'll be warm already. But that's just how I do it, and it's super easy. And look how much peanut butter. This is gonna last forever, and it does last a very long time. I keep mine in the fridge, but you don't even need to. The salt helps be like a natural preservative, so you could leave it out of the fridge and use it, and it'll be runnier, and you can like drizzle it. But I just keep mine in the fridge. It stays good for months. Alright guys, so I just finished making this new recipe that I've been working on. Oh, I just mixed it. I've got to bake it. This is my new high protein granola recipe. And there is no added oil in this. The sweetener I'm using is actually a vegan honey substitute. So you could probably do it with maple syrup too, or like date paste maybe. But it is loaded with good for you stuff. So I'm gonna get this in the oven and bake it up, and then I will let you guys know how it tastes. All right, so I've got half of my mixture going in the oven. I've got it preheated to 400 degrees Fahrenheit. I'm just gonna cook. I'm doing 400 as a flat, but I'm gonna keep checking on it. Basically, I'm gonna check on it every 15 minutes until it's done. But I wanted to bake it first. Not the whole batch, just half of the batch, just to see how it holds up in the oven. It is very sticky, but like I'm not using any oil. The only fat in this is just from the seeds that are in it. So this is just me testing recipes. I'm basically doing a different version of my granola recipe. So my homemade granola, I use peanut butter and I use dates. I've been recently making a granola that is lower in added fat, and lower in sugar because I'm using a vegan honey substitute that is low in sugar, or it's a sugar-free one. So I'm just messing around, and the last batch I made was delicious, but now I'm just trying to bump up the protein even more in it, and that's what I'm doing right now. And eventually this will become a recipe on the channel. Alright, so I took the granola out after 15 minutes and flipped it, and then I took the temperature down to like 325 because it was browning way too quickly. So hopefully that helps. I just gotta cook this lower and slower, I think, but this was the first batch, so that's why I did it in 2 separate batches. So that is what the granola looks like when I just took it out after 30 minutes altogether. And it is a little dark. I haven't taste tested it yet because it's piping hot. It still feels a little sticky, but when it cools down, it'll get crispy, and hopefully we get some good clusters. If not, I'm not like I don't need granola clusters, but the next batch I'm going to put in at a lower temperature to start. So I'm going to do it at 325 to start, and then keep going at the 15-minute increments and see how that goes. All right, so batch 2 looks much better. It's golden brown, but it's not burnt. So it was 30 minutes at 325. I taste tested the other batch, and it's lovely crispiness. It's great as far as crispiness goes, but it's a little bitter because obviously it is slightly burnt. I mean, I'm still going to eat it, but I'm curious to see how this batch will taste once it's cooled off. All right, it is wine o'clock, guys, and look at this spread. Look at this spread. This is what I'm talking about. The only thing I'm missing, chocolate. All right, and now it is time to eat some real food. So having some buldak noodles with some peas, broccoli, and some air-fried tempeh, because that's what I had. Good morning, guys. It is Wednesday morning. It is 5:30 in the morning. I was up at 4 this morning. Still in my makeup as per usual. Still in my Gigi outfit, because Gigi. Last night was fun. I ate lots of yummy vegan cheese, nice charcuterie. Then I had some spicy noodles with some tempeh, peas, broccoli. I put some crispy shallots on top of it. Had some wine. I think I had a chocolate cupcake at the end. Didn't show that. But it was fun. It was a good time. It's time to get back on track now. I enjoy those moments where I get to do the fun and have the fun, but also, like, I don't limit myself. I let myself go have fun like that occasionally. But now I want to get back on track. So I made my matcha this morning, because that is the caffeine that I am choosing to have this week, because I have like a little bit of matcha left. I'd rather just use it, get it over with. I love matcha, don't get me wrong, but I have matcha to get through. I have more coffee concentrate to get through, and the coffee concentrate should last me the rest of the summer, and then fall will come, and then I'll be back on hot coffee, which is my go-to. But yeah, so matcha this morning. Matcha sweetened with stevia and almond milk in it. Not a lot, just a little bit. It's the, what matcha? What almond milk is that? The Blue Diamond. I'm gonna have to look. It's not their normal. It's like something different. It is the Blue Diamond Simple. This one right here. I normally don't get this one because that's not my favorite almond milk. It is a creamier almond milk than normal, but I just don't like, I don't like the flavor of it. That one's unsweetened, so maybe I would like the sweetened one better, but it's just not as, see, when I was growing up, I didn't drink like straight up cow's milk usually. And when I did have milk, it was skim milk, so I'm one of those people. I never liked whole milk or like super thick milk. That is a thicker milk, so it's not my favorite. But I'm using it. I had a coupon for it, so I was like, I'm gonna get it, and now I'm just using it up. So I'm gonna drink my matcha and edit a video or two, and yeah, fun. So I just got done editing. I'm finally caught up on my editing, which is so exciting. I always feel so accomplished when I do that because I hate editing. I hate it. It's like the worst for me. It's the worst thing ever. But I'm gonna do some dishes now. I don't have a lot of dishes to do, but I want to keep up on them. I need to go to the store, but I think I can hold off until tomorrow. It's always like that. It stinks so bad. Actually, I might be able to hold off till Friday because I do have iceberg lettuce in the fridge. Technically, it's for my nachos, but I think I could swing it and have it for a salad because I have enough romaine for a salad today, but then I'm going to be out. But I think I can swing one salad with iceberg lettuce. It won't be as good because I prefer, like, I like iceberg lettuce, but I only like iceberg lettuce in like a taco salad. Other than that, I don't eat it. So I'm a taco iceberg lettuce kind of gal. But yeah, so I am going to make some sourdough discard protein waffles and sourdough discard protein pancakes today, that are going to go in the freezer. They're going to be frozen. So freezer waffles, freezer pancakes. I have freezer French toast in there too, which is pretty good macro wise, and it's in there. I think it would be nice to have protein waffles and protein pancakes too. And I'm doing the sourdough discard because I have a full jar of discard to use, so we don't want to waste. It's good stuff. So I'm going to knock that out real quick. I had a little explosion, a little leakage with my waffle, but I'm testing this recipe. It's a sourdough discard high protein waffle, and I'm making similar for pancakes, and I overfilled it, which is typical for me. Every time I do waffles, I always overfill the first one. The pancakes are looking amazing though. So it's a sourdough discard recipe, and it has vital wheat gluten in it and protein powder. So, and it's oil free besides what I put, like I greased the skillet or the griddle, but I used applesauce in it. I used my egg white protein powder. I used the Be Amazing IHOP blueberry pancakes protein powder. The pancakes look great so far, so that's a good sign. All right, so the pancakes and waffles are a success. The pancakes are beautiful. These bottoms got a little bit browner then, but that was my fault. My first one was awful because I put too many blueberries in one spot. I just kind of dumped them on there, and then I got better at dispersing as I went along. So just a little bit better. The first waffle was a disaster because I put on the blueberries first, and it looks like they just got, honestly, it looks like they got burnt, but I'm sure it'll probably still taste good. I've got my second waffle in there right now, and I did a little bit better this time. Yeah, I think this is working like crazy well. I can't wait to calculate all the macros. So I'm taste testing one of these pancakes to see how the texture is. And now I'm taste testing one of the waffles. Wow. I'm quite impressed with myself, you guys. Those were so good. So, I like my waffles, you know, crispy on the outside, light and fluffy, and that was exactly that. It was like airy, crispy. I tasted the blueberry. It was sweet, but not too sweet, so that I can still put maple syrup on it. The pancakes were chewy. Like, they're a little bit chewier than normal pancakes, but I actually really liked that texture. Really good. These are great. I can't wait to share the recipe with you guys. Yeah, that's definitely going to be on the channel. The saddest part about today is that my fingers are getting dyed blue from blueberries. Alright guys, I just finished making my baked oatmeal. It's like a brown sugar cinnamon raisin oatmeal bake. How I would explain it. It's pretty high protein. It's like 300 calories a slice. There's 8 slices. 8 grams of protein. Not 8. 16 grams of protein per slice. Like 6 grams of fiber and 3 grams of fat. There is no oil in this recipe except for like the spray oil to not let it stick in the pan. So that's exciting. It is now about 12:30, and even though I did taste test the pancake and the waffle, which is so amazing to me, how low calorie and high protein they are. So amazing. But I need to actually eat food. So I'm going to get out my parfait and eat my breakfast. And there she is, guys. It is time for breakfast. I'm so excited. I am so hungry. Alright guys, so I just woke up from taking an hour-and-a-half nap. It is now 4:30 and I'm making my salad. It's just romaine, my sugar-free French dressing, my homemade pea bacon bits, the sourdough croutons, and the Morningstar chicken pieces. Alright guys, it is almost 9 o'clock and I'm having a late dinner. So I'm having my nacho filling that I made, and then I put a tablespoon of my creamy chipotle sauce and 2 tablespoons of the avocado tofu spicy sauce, and then I put lettuce on top and drizzled some Diablo sauce on top, and basically I'm going to mix it all around, and then I'm going to use my chips to dip into it. It looks messy, but it's going to be so good. And then tomorrow I'm not going to have romaine for my salad for lunch, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to basically take my dinner that I've prepped and the lettuce and a little bit of each of the sauces, and I'm going to add the serving of chicken I had prepped for tomorrow as well, and then just make like a big taco salad, and I'll like crunch chips on top of it. And my fancy drink with my dinner is a blackberry lime bonsai. Alright guys, it is almost 10 a.m. It is time for breakfast. I was up around 7, and I'm having my protein yogurt parfait. Hey guys, it is Thursday. As you saw, I had my breakfast. I caffeinated this morning. I just got myself around. I'm getting ready to go to get some potting soil. It's 11:20 right now. I also did some housework. Swept the kitchen, swept the living room, swept the hallway, swept the bathroom, swept the dining room. Just, it was looking a little grungy, and I'm like, I just gotta sweep. So rounded up all the dirty clothes, cleaned the litter boxes, fed the cats, let the dogs out, took care of the dogs, you know, the whole shebang. I've got my starter out because I'm going to feed it today. I think today I'm going to attempt to make a sourdough discard birthday cake. It's just going to be vanilla for my son because he's basic like that, because his birthday is this weekend. So I think I'm going to attempt to make the cake today. I will record it and see how it goes. I've made it before, but it's been a long time. And I'd like to do, I can do a normal cake, but I'd really like to do a sourdough discard cake recipe on the channel for you guys. I think that would be fun. So yeah, today's agenda is repotting my plants. That is what I'm going to do today. So I have all of the pots that I need. I just need some more soil because they're going into bigger pots. They're going to need more soil. But that is the goal. Also, I'm not going grocery shopping, so I'm not getting any more romaine today. So I said that yesterday, but I'm going to be doing like kind of a hodgepodge situation for my dinner tonight. So I'm going to have something else for lunch, which I think I'm just going to have like leftovers that are in the fridge. But my dinner is going to be, I'm going to take a jar of my like nacho mix and like a serving of the Morningstar chicken strips that I've prepped up. I'm going to just mix that together with the sauces for my nachos and crunch up some chips on top and use all my iceberg lettuce to make like a salad, because the iceberg lettuce doesn't last long anyway and it's already starting to go a little off. So that's going to be my dinner tonight. And because of that, I need to plan something else for lunch. And I think I'm just going to have, like I said, some leftovers. There's like 2 bee leaf hot dogs in the fridge that need eaten. So I'm probably going to eat those, more or less. Also last night I had a piece of chocolate. I didn't intend to have chocolate, but my daughter was snacky. And I was like, oh, you want to try my chocolate? And this is the chocolate that I had last night. I had some of that. It is really good. Now, I'm not a big fan of a lot of the Walmart Better Goods products, but they do have some good ones. Like, they have a really good non-dairy coffee ice cream. That's my daughter's favorite. This is really good. So, I just thought I would share that. It is a tart cherry and pistachio bar. And so, oh, it's so good. So, I broke off some for her, and then she tasted it and said she didn't like it. Get off my curtains, cats. But yeah, so she didn't like it, and I'm like, well, I'm not wasting chocolate, especially chocolate I like. I'm also wearing my new shoes today. Hold on, let me see if I can get you to see them. These guys, they're super cute. Let's see if it's really hard to get a good angle of my feet. But yeah, I got these because I needed some new shoes, and I wanted, like, I have my shoes, my normal, you know, day-to-day shoes that I wear. They're still okay. It's just the back heel of one of them on the inside is wearing out. So I'll still wear them. I will still wear them. It's just I'll wear them more like when I go on walks with the dogs, or if I'm outside gardening or something like that. That's what I usually do with shoes that are kind of like on their last legs. But I thought these were cute. The only thing is they're a bit big. So my shoe size ranges between an 8 or a 9, depending on the shoe, depending on the kind of shoe. So like a tennis shoe is usually 8, 8.5. If I'm wearing a heel, I usually go closer to 9. So not like a boot, but like a high heel. These were 8.5, and they have a lot of wiggle room in my toes. And I'm like, they're a bit big, but they're cute. I love them. I haven't had some good high tops in a while, so I thought they would be cute, and that is what I'll be wearing today. I wanted to wear them. This is my first time wearing them. I wanted to wear them today just to like get a feel for them. I know they're going to hurt my feet. You know how it is whenever you get new shoes, but I wanted to try them anyway. But these are going to be more like when I go out, and I'm not going to wear boots or anything. Right now it's like sandal time for me, so I would be wearing sandals normally, but I really don't want to wear sandals to the store. I've had bad experiences with that, guys. I've literally broken my toe. I've broken my pinky toe wearing sandals at the store because I kicked the wheel of the cart on accident with my pinky toe twice and broke it. So it was painful. Anywho, yeah, I'm gonna go get this soil now and get to work on repotting my plants. Okay, so I just got back from my little excursion. I got 2 bags of potting soil, excuse me, burpee, from the plants, for the plants. I also went to Ulta because I'm almost out of this. It's like a bond therapy thing that I use for my hair because I dye it so much. And I was on the hunt for it. Couldn't find it. They don't have it. But I found something else. So lately I've been using Pureology, like a leave-in treatment spray. And I found this Pureology hair mask. And I thought I would give that a try. I do like a good hair mask. And then, hold on, I'll just take it down. So I got some more nail glue, the Glamnetic brush-on nail glue, and the press-on nail remover, because I like doing my nails. And I needed some new primer, and this is my favorite primer from NYX, the Marshmallow Primer. It is so good. Like, I love it. But they also had this one that I've never tried. And I had to look it up to make sure it was vegan because the marshmallow one's labeled vegan and cruelty-free, but this one wasn't. And it is. So I was like, well, I'll get that to try too. And it's just in such a cute little bottle. I needed some more eyeliner. And the eyeliner I used to use all the time, I loved. It was from Physicians Formula. I can't find it anymore. So I got some e.l.f. Waterproof eyeliner, and I got one of the NYX waterproof eyeliners just to try and see if they are comparable, because right now I'm using the Belle Pierre liquid eyeliner that I got in my beauty box, but it's just not, it's not quite good enough in my opinion. And then lately I've been using Peach and Lily stuff and trying it out, and I had a tester for this mini protein exosome bioactive ampule. I loved it, and they had a full-size bottle there, and I'm like, yes. So I bought that because I love that. That's my favorite like serum thing that I've ever used. And I decided I would try this facial scrub. I don't do face scrubs often, especially during the summer. Usually going into winter I might use them, but I figured I would give this a try because I've yet to find a scrub that I am in love with. So I just went out and weeded the garden. Now I'm going to repot my plants. I'll show you guys what it looks like before and after. So we got our string of hearts right here. She's going to get a bigger pot. And then we have the string of pearls. So I'm actually going to put these both in a bigger pot in general than what they are. And then the pot for this one, I'm going to put this pothos in that I have up here. And then the pot that I have my string of pearls in, I'm going to put my little pepperoni plant in here. The ficus is staying. She's good. She's good. But those are the pots I'm going to be using. And my monstera is getting a bigger pot. And then this pink princess is going to go in that pot. The succulents I have growing here are actually going to go in this pot. And then I got a little, I call her Princess Snowball. She's going to go into the dinosaur pot. And then my monstera is going to go in this bigger pot here. Look how compacted my beautiful little monstera was. I'm loosening the soil right now. Oh my gosh, look at that. She's going to be so much happier growing in this. And right now she's sitting in my kitchen on that console table, but I am going to have to eventually get a plant stand for her because she's going to get so big. And I could cut it back a little too because she's getting a little wild over here, but one step at a time. I forgot about the croton, guys. So the croton is in the pot that the pink princess was in. The pink princess actually wasn't too bad, like not as compacted, but the croton was very compacted because look, you buy it like this, like it comes in this, and it's such a tiny pot. So she's gonna be so much happier in this pot. She's gonna have so much more room to grow. All right, I have repotted my plants. So the string of hearts, I'm gonna admit I spent a embarrassingly long amount of time untangling the strands. They're still tangled a little bit here. I just could not be bothered to do it anymore. The string of pearls, so I took and segmented them out and kind of spread them around more so they had more room to grow out. We have our pink princess right here. She's looking happy. We got our monstera, bigger pots. They're always going to be happier in that. Yeah, but like I said, the monstera soon, I'm going to get a plant stand for it and put it next to my ficus near me because I don't want to have it too low. My cats will definitely try to eat the monstera. My pepperoni plant is in the honey pot now. She was looking a bit sad. She looked a little overwatered, so I'm going to need to pay attention to how much I water her. My string of pearls was also a little overwatered, so I actually did potting soil and then I added my cactus succulent mix to it as well, so I did it in layers just to help deal with that moisture. All right, so the variegated pothos is in the bigger pot now, and I was super nostalgic about this because every time I've had a pothos, it's ended up in this pot sometime. And I actually was thinking about it as I was potting it. I'm like, oh my gosh, I literally had a pothos in here. Like, I've never, every time I get a pothos, it ends up in this pot. It's crazy. But she needs to find a new home. Since she's in a bigger, heavier pot now, she's not going to be able to be in her old spot. So I'm going to find a good place to drill a hook and hang her. And she's going to get long too, so probably better off putting her nearby the other hanging plants. All right, the succulents are in the little cat pot now. They look super happy. And there is Princess Snowball. It was a real pain in the butt to put her in here without stabbing myself. And last but not least, there is the Croton. She looks so happy. So I'm officially done repotting the plants. I feel very accomplished. It is 2:44 and I still haven't had lunch yet, so I need to figure out what I'm gonna have for lunch. Yeah, it's been busy, but let me tell you, there's just something about gardening. I know it's a lot of hard work, I know, but I just love it so much. It feels calming. Like, it's hard work, but it's kind of like a calming, almost a meditative thing. And then you just feel so accomplished when it's done. And like, keeping my plants alive makes me happy. Seeing them makes me happy. So it's a very good self-care as well as taking care of them. So yeah, lunch. And then after lunch, oh man, I was gonna attempt to do the sourdough cake today, but it's almost 3 o'clock. I don't know. We'll see how it goes. Ooh, one more thing. I made 2 little guys here. Super cute. Let me move all this out of the way. But yeah, we got, I'm gonna grow another string of hearts here. I'm going to grow another string of pearls here. And this is a great way to give gifts to somebody too, is growing them a plant from your plants. So I'm excited to see these guys grow bigger and then eventually go to a new home. All right, guys, so this is lunch. We have 2 bee leaf hot dogs and an Impossible on the Aunt Millie's low carb buns. They're like 50 calories a piece for the buns. I had to do the math to figure out how many calories I was going to need to eat to make up for the lack of the salad today. And I was going to need a little over 450 calories. So this should be perfect, and it's getting rid of leftovers. So I might actually do the same thing tomorrow to get rid of the last 3. Right, it is almost 6:30 and I am hungry, so it is time for dinner. I'm using all the rest of my iceberg lettuce, one of my nacho mixes, 2 cups of that, 1 serving, a serving of the Morningstar chicken strips, a tablespoon of my chipotle sauce, 2 tablespoons of the avocado spicy tofu sauce, and some of the jalapeno lime late July chips, and some Diablo. And for my drink, I'm having a orange mango lime culture pop. I thought it would go really good with this. Alright guys, it is getting late and it is time for me to hit the hay. That does it for this week's vlog. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I will be starting a new one tomorrow. I have to get up early and go get my son from his dad's because it's his birthday weekend. So thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye.